We all know that Stan Lee is the legend responsible for so many superheroes that we grew up with comics, movies, and even more. He's always been in the Marvel movies as a cameo to his creations, and today we're looking specifically at his hand in the Marvel movies, even though he's even been seen outside of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's already confirmed that he's a cameo in Marvel's Endgame. Don't worry, there are no Endgame spoilers in this video here today. And mentioning that he's in Endgame isn't a secret. Even the co-director of Endgame, Joe Russo, already released this information. Now I'm not going to tell you where you can find Stan Lee in Endgame as of just yet, so that way you get a chance to go find him for yourself one final time. Or is it? So today's question that we're looking to answer is this: are we going to be seeing Stan Lee again in future Marvel movies, or is Endgame the end for Stan Lee's cameos? I hid 5 $25 gift cards for Crazy Nate merch. Be the first to find the code and use it at checkout to get $25 off your orders. So is Endgame the endgame for Stan Lee's cameos? This may seem like an obvious yes, that we won't be seeing Stan Lee's cameo ever again, but I'm going to show you 3 ways that Marvel can and should continue to make Stan Lee cameos. This is going to allow him to live for infinity years with his characters. The first way would be the easiest way, and we've already seen this done many times in other Easter eggs and cameos, and that's simply by putting the face on a poster, or in a picture frame, or even in a street name. Anything of that sort would do the job. Now, we've already seen this done many times in movies before, and not just for people who are no longer with us. A recent example would be in Pixar's movie Coco. They put an Easter egg for their next movie release, at that time at least, was Incredibles 2, which wasn't the characters or face or even voice actors, but literally a worn out mural or poster on the side of a wall, and it was in a very brief moment of the video. Stan Lee, in fact, was already a cameo like this, and just like Pixar's Coco, we see Stan Lee is a mural on the wall in Deadpool 2. Another option, number 2, right? Another option would be with CGI, or also known as computer-generated imagery. This technology has been around a long time. A good example would be back in 1999, they were working on a movie called Gladiator, which is one of the best movies of all time, for grown-ups at least. One of the main characters was Proximo. That's this guy. And he was played by Oliver Reed. Oliver Reed unfortunately passed away before they could finish filming. And since he was such an important role in the film, it would be way too expensive and unrealistic to reshoot all the scenes that they already had with him. So this scene right here, they found another actor that was about the same body size, and they had him walk to the fence and stand by the fence. Then they digitally put Oliver Reed's face over his face, and here you go, ta-da, it looks like Oliver Reed. They also had to film this scene as well, but he already passed, so they couldn't film the scene. So for this scene, it was Oliver Reed's face and body. They just changed the lighting and the background from an earlier clip, and then they changed it from day to night. A lot of times actors will continue on past cut and add extra words that they feel, and that was exactly what happened here. He just kept talking and they kept recording, and they happened to get something they could actually use.
Shadows and dust. Marcus Aurelius is dead, Maximus. We mortals are but shadows and dust. Shadows and dust, Maximus!
The trading Lyceum of Antonius Proximo!
Shadows and dust.
There's so much footage with Stan Lee talking that Marvel can make a program with his face and voice to have him say whatever they need him to say for the cameo in future movies. Kind of like a Siri, only with way better directions. Option 3. The third way is probably the easiest option in all 3 of these cases. For this option, let's look at Ant-Man and Wasp. For Stan Lee's cameo in that movie, they filmed several takes of what he said.
Well, the 60s were fun, but now I'm paying for it.
Now, a lot of these takes were universal meanings, so they could be applied to other scenarios as a punchline besides the fact that a vehicle just got done shrinking in an Ant movie.
Talk about compact cars.
He's also standing in front of a green screen, which makes it even easier to fit him in a future movie.
Should have paid those parking tickets.
Taking multiple shots like this with multiple lines wasn't uncommon for Stan Lee. He always wanted to go above and beyond.
Oh no, my sandwich was in there.
He always wanted to offer a bunch of different takes for his cameos so that the directors had more to choose from as well.
Well, at least now I'll be able to park in San Francisco.
Now in hindsight, that's going to pay out for future movies.
Well, the 60s were fun, but now I'm paying for it.
So even though the famous Marvel director Joe Russo says it's Stan Lee's last one committed to film, I don't believe it will be the last time we actually see Stan Lee in a Marvel movie. Now I know Joe Russo directed Endgame, Infinity War, and a few other Marvel movies, so I realize that this is a pretty bold statement. However, I do think they're going to keep the tradition going on. And any movie that comes out in the future with one of Stan Lee's superheroes, I'd be willing to bet money that we're going to be seeing Stan Lee somewhere in that movie. And I also think that we're going to be seeing Stan Lee in Dark Phoenix, even though it's reported that he didn't film a single scene for the movie. If you haven't seen Endgame yet and you know Morse code...
Stop it.
Stop what?
You're talking about me in Morse code. Michael!
Let me know what movie you want to talk about next, subscribe so you don't miss our next adventure, but remember, most importantly of all, gents and gentlettes, share a smile. They are contagious.
Oh man, I just stole this car. Thank God it's a rental. Well, looks like I'm walking. Oh, jeez, all my coupons were in there. Talk about diminishing returns. Oh, man. Everything is shrinking on me. You know, I guess one person can make a difference. Enough said.